Hey, Doc here, and I'd like to thank you for hanging out at the roadhouse with me this morning. You can already feel that fall chill in the air outside. Gather up your grandkids and pop some popcorn because I have a cute children's movie to show you and the kids. It's a tale about Ruffy. Ruffy is not just another magical mouse, he is the magical mouse of mice. Grab some hot cocoa to go along with the popcorn, and I'll throw another log on the fire and get the video started.
The beautiful yellow sun broke over the new day's horizon. It shone brightly into Ruffy's small shoebox home. The bright sunshine that flooded the attic gave everything within it a golden hue. The little mouse had been dreaming of walnuts the entire night. He had tossed and turned for hours on end because in his sleep he could not figure out how he could bring home such large nuts as the walnuts he had found in his dream. Oh, garnish! All this dreaming of walnuts has made me big-time hungry, thought the little mouse as he climbed out of his bed. Scampering out of a small hole in the attic's wall, the small creature ran down the outside of the house and then out into the yard. Ruffy knew exactly where there was a big walnut tree. So this morning, after dreaming of such tasty nuts, he was determined to have a walnut steak for breakfast. Jumping and bouncing across the yard, Ruffy scampered out into the field. He headed towards the orchard where the old walnut tree stood. Running through the tall green grass that towered high above him, Ruffy ran smack dab into a big bunny. The collision caused him to tumble off his 4 feet and slide through the tall grass. The little mouse landed in a tangled pile of legs. As Ruffy rose back to his feet, he spoke to the bunny. "Oh, Garnish, I am so sorry. I was so excited about having a walnut for breakfast, I didn't pay attention to where I was running. Please forgive me, Mr. Bunny." Laughing kindly, the big bunny replied, "That's all right, little fella. Where did you say you were going in such a hurry?" The mouse's nose had turned red, for he was embarrassed about crashing into this large creature. "I'm heading to the walnut orchard over by the forest, and I'm going to have myself a wonderful juicy walnut steak for breakfast. By garnish, that's where I was heading when I crashed into you." "Now that sounds like a fun adventure," the cheerful bunny said. "My name is Buster Cottontail." Buster raised his front leg, holding it out for Ruffy to shake. "So glad to meet you, Mr. Cottontail. And again, I apologize for crashing into you. Say, I have a splendid idea. Why don't you join me at the orchard for breakfast? It would be so fun with some company. How about it, Buster? Won't you come along?" asked Ruffy excitedly. "Well, I'm not fond of walnuts, not really at all. But I bet I can find some nice, tender young grass sprouts and enjoy dining with you, little mouse." Buster chuckled, his large ears twitching, and away they ran and jumped about as they made their way across the field towards the old walnut orchard. The sun shone warmly, casting golden rays across the dew-covered grass, making everything sparkle like tiny diamonds in the sunlight. Halfway there, as the two ran along the trail, they spotted a hole that disappeared down into the ground under a large stone sitting in the field. Buster pointed his big paws towards it and proudly said, "See that hole? That's the front door to my bunny burrow." Ruffy stopped running, and Buster quickly did the same. "What is it, little mouse?" Buster asked, seeing the curious expression on the small guy's face. "I don't know what a burrow is. What does that word mean?" Ruffy's whiskers twitched with anticipation. "Why, it means my house. Come along, and I'll show you it. It's warm and cozy inside. Come along, you'll see." Excitement glittered in Ruffy's eyes as they hurried down the hole under the big stone. To his amazement, he stepped into a beautiful multi-roomed home built within the roots of a large maple tree. Ruffy's eyes grew wide as he looked around this magnificent underground mansion. There were carved wooden tables and chairs, soft green grass rugs, and beautiful colored curtains made from flower petals that decorated each doorway. Lanterns that had been crafted as homes for fireflies glowed as they lit the corners of each small room. "Oh, Buster, your burrow is magnificent. I never imagined a bunny could have such a fancy home," exclaimed Ruffy in awe. "Thank you, Ruffy. Every animal deserves a cozy home," Buster said with pride. After the wonderful tour, they climbed back out into the warm sunlight and continued towards the orchard. They soon reached the walnut trees that stretched tall and magnificent into the sky. The ground beneath was covered with fallen walnuts, each one big and delicious looking. "Oh my garnish, there are so many walnuts," Ruffy exclaimed, his little heart fluttering with joy. He scampered from nut to nut, tapping each one and sniffing them all until the little mouse found the perfect walnut. Buster hopped around, nibbling on the fresh, tender grasses that grew abundantly beneath the trees. The big bunny enjoyed his own breakfast while he watched the small mouse happily run from nut to nut. Ruffy had found the largest, tastiest walnut he had ever seen. "This is it, Buster. My perfect breakfast is walnuts," Ruffy squeaked excitedly. But the walnut he had picked out was very large, almost as big as he was. Together they pushed, pulled, and rolled it until, with one last helpful nudge from Buster, the nut rolled up against a rock and cracked open, revealing the delicious treat inside. Together they shared the wonderful breakfast, laughing and talking about future adventures as they ate. When they had finished eating, Ruffy gave a happy sigh. "What a perfect morning, Buster. Thank you for joining me today. I couldn't have asked for a better friend to dine with." "Anytime. Why, anytime at all, Ruffy. Friends make every adventure better," Buster warmly replied. With bellies full and joyful hearts, they made their way back through the field. There was no running back through the tall grass this time. They both had eaten and eaten until they could not swallow another bite. Walking back the way they had come, both of them were ready for an after-breakfast nap. Ruffy had had his dream come true and in his journey he had found a new friend, and together they had made memories both would cherish forever.